have a question. Was Candace Owens supposed to run Turning Point? And Erika, Pinocchio, Kirk, and friends know this, and that's why they're panicking and going so hard on Candace. Also, do you guys think that people like Frank Turek and Victor Marx are actually allegedly threatening Candace Owens out in the open? And Bryan Harpole, did you really taste blood? Or is that another way of trolling the trolls? Or whatever Andrew Fairytale Flight Covet said. We'll probably never get those answers, but at least we could talk about it. Let's get into it.
Nikki in the building, baby. Nikki in the building, baby. In Cahoots podcast. Yeah. I keep God first, that's real. True crime on the table, facts on steel. Investigations, I chase that trail. If the story don't add up, I set it straight, no fail. I spot fake tears, I spot lies. Sketchy little moves, I see through the disguise. I'm fair, I'm funny, I bring that light. I call you out, then I'll still be polite.
Welcome back to another episode of In Cahoots Podcast. My name is Nikki. Before we get into the video, please make sure that you smash the hype button for me. Let that be the first thing you do, and then like, then subscribe, and then turn on your post notifications so that you know every time there's a new video out. Also, don't forget to click the join button. Helps to support the channel. And if you do want to donate to the channel in any way, you can always hit the Cash App and Venmo that's right there on your screen. Now, let's get into a couple of questions that, we'll never get the answer to, but it's still interesting to ask, right? So I don't know if you guys have seen the little clip going around where Charlie Kirk makes a comment about Candace Owens, basically saying, hey, I could retire right now and hand it over to her. Have you guys seen that clip? Don't worry, I'll show you. The thing is that has a lot of people on X and elsewhere online wondering, did Charlie Kirk actually leave Turning Point to Candace Owens? Let's take a look at the clip first, and then we'll get into it.
Here's this beautiful, articulate, energetic black woman who's going to bring truth to power. I might go into early retirement, folks, and just handle the whole thing right here. I mean, seriously, it's unbelievable. Laura, I'll tell you what, I'll close with this. I'm such a believer in Candace, and if the 20th century taught us one thing, through the horror, through the slaughter, through the genocide, through the wars, the one thing it taught us is a single individual, one person, can change the course of history. Whether it be Gandhi, Winston Churchill, Ronald Reagan, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Margaret Thatcher. And I believe you're looking at one of the people that 50 years from now is going to be one of those people that will turn around. Thank you guys so much. With your help, we're going to win. Thank you.
Now that, Andrew Covet, Erika, Pinocchio, Kirk, and Blake the Egg Neff, that was not AI. That, my friend, was actually an authentic video. I think that Charlie Kirk was joking, but not joking at the same time. I think that clip just reflected how much he believed in Candace's vision and just in Candace herself. Do I think that maybe Charlie could have put it in his will or truly meant that he wanted Candace to run his company? I can't say that I really wholeheartedly believe that, because Candace is a mother too, and he does feel a way about women running companies. Although he was very, very supportive and impressed with her work with Blexit. So, I mean, I don't know. And saying, hey, I can go into early retirement and, she could take over. I think that just really showed his trust in Candace and how much he believed in Candace. So you guys tell me what you think. But I tell you what, if that were the case, if that ever were to be true, there's no way that Erika would have ever let that part of the will or whatever the case, there's no way she would have let that see the light of day. I mean, watch Blake Neff when Charlie Kirk says this. Check this out.
Candace is, she's on our team. She's the best, right? I mean, we're on Team Candace. I got a text message from some lunatic. Charlie, why do you have her still speaking at AmFest? I said, lose my number. Wow. I said, you obviously haven't been through the Tyler remembers, the Charlie Candace thing.
Man, Blake Neff looks like an egg. I can't get over it. Blake the Egg Neff. Just hard boiled. can't believe that Charlie is saying these things about Candace Owens. He is just sitting there, just irritated, annoyed, allegedly, just hard-boiled. But anyway, it's just really interesting how much just the thought of a close and personal, non-romantic relationship bothers them so bad when it comes to Candace Owens and Charlie. Moving on. I found myself returning to the Bryan Harpole and Sean Ryan interview. Something about that interview, it's like every time I watch it, it's like I just find something new or just something else to look into, because the entire time I just feel as though he was uncomfortable and he was just kind of winging it while trying to stay on script. Allegedly, it's my opinion. But there is one part of that interview where Bryan talks about how when Charlie had gone down, he immediately rushed and he got on top of him and he stuck his hand in the wound. And basically the blood squirted and he said that he got it on his lips. I'll let him tell you.
And so I initially dove down on top of him and just was on him almost face to face. And then when I was doing that, I went down, I could see the wound. And so I immediately shoved my hand into the wound to stop the bleeding, just trying to find the pressure. And it was coming out still. And I'm on top of him, like close. And it was still coming out enough that it squirted through my fingers and I could taste it on my lips. And so I was like, man, this is a bad wound.
You should have thought that it was a bad wound when you saw what was pouring out of this man. That should have told you it was a bad wound. Point being, I have watched the video of him running over to Charlie many times. And I know that he's close to Charlie, but I don't see that he's really on top of him in his face. And then on top of that, what do you mean you stuck your hand in there? Even in this photo that we've all seen, Bryan is not over top of him in his face where he can get squirted. Probably wasn't the best word to use, but I don't see that. And I don't know why he said that, and that bothers me. Even this photo, Rick Cutler, look at his hand. You guys all jumped over the table, super action-packed style. How is your hand so clean, Rick? What were you guys doing when you were doing all of this and that? This is right before they pick him up. Like, what were you guys doing? There's just so many questions. Definitely not enough answers. But I tell you what, with Bryan Harpole, just listening to him just makes me feel like a therapist that does not buy what their client is saying at all. Like a therapist that just knows that their client is lying. Like he literally has me over here like...
I jumped down on top of Charlie to cover him because where we're at, it's concealment at best. It's a tabling with cloth on it, so it's not hardcover. Our guys are starting piling back in and they're down, putting a human shield around him, but it's still just concealment. It's not cover. And so I initially dove down on top of him and just was on him almost face to face. And then when I was doing that, I went down, I could see the wound. And so I immediately shoved my hand into the wound to stop the bleeding, just trying to find the pressure. And it was coming out still. And I'm on top of him, like close. And it was still coming out enough that it squirted through my fingers and I could taste it on my lips. And so I was like, man, this is a bad wound.
Yeah, so that's basically how I'm feeling while listening to Bryan Harpole tell this story. It's almost like, wait a minute, wow, this sounds like a movie. Like, this is really interesting. And then it's like, wait, wow, what did you say? You did what? You stuck your hand where? Like the whole hand? This is all a lot. Like I said, I'm not an investigator. I'm a commentator. So therefore, I'm just going to sit back and continue to watch and continue to point out things that I find interesting. Moving on. So we've talked about this before. I've already made a video regarding Victor Marx and how I believe that he was in a sense threatening Candace Owens. Allegedly. It's my opinion. But now I'm noticing that a lot of other people are starting to feel the same way, especially regarding a recent interview that Frank Turek had where he was just kind of frantic, almost out of control, but in a sense saying that Candace Owens should be unalived for how he feels that she's treating Erika Kirk. Take a look at this clip.
If you come after a widow or the fatherless, God says, I will hunt you down with the sword and kill you. It also says in Deuteronomy 19 that if you falsely accuse someone of a crime and you're found out, you get the penalty of the crime. So if you falsely accuse someone of murder, you're the one that gets executed.
I got to bring this up.
Doesn't he look a bit frantic? Kind of like crazy-eyed and all over the place? Like, I've never seen... Hold on, let me make myself big really quick. Okay, that's better. I have never seen Frank Turek so amped up like that. Frank, why are you pop locking? I don't think I've ever seen him move that much. Like, he's like, if you come after a widow, like, what? Calm down, Frank. Calm down. You don't have to pop lock for us to understand or hear what you're saying. But a lot of people did take what he said there as he was quoting the scripture. A lot of people took that as a threat. My biggest thing that has always bothered me is Victor Marx. Just something about that guy. When he had his interview with James Kadish, it really rubbed me the wrong way as he's speaking to the pastor. He basically starts to compare his situation with Candace Owens and the way that he will react to Candace on his own time to the way that he shoots long guns. Take a look.
And you're right. Back it up to Candace. You know, people were telling me, why don't you respond, as she was doing episode after episode after episode against me. And you know what I would tell people is my silence doesn't mean I'm worried, concerned, or losing ground. My silence is just that. It's me choosing when to fire my round. I love long distance shooting, like you as a shooter, and nobody can rush you to take a shot.
Yep.
Amen. You're looking for heat, mirages, wind, depending on the distance, even dealing with the turning of the world on its axis.
Yep.
For long distance shots, and nobody can push you.
That's just a very weird thing to bring up for so many different reasons. Number one, why are you comparing your situation with Candace Owens to long distance shooting? Why are we talking about long distance shooting when Charlie Kirk was just taken down the way he was taken down? Turning the world on its axis with a long distance shot. That's odd. I've showed this clip before. Many of you in the comments definitely understood where I was coming from and why this made me uncomfortable. And a lot of you shared it over to Candace, but my channel is small. I'm working on growing it. So I do need you guys to help me out by sharing and hyping, because that way things like this can go a bit further. Moving on. But all right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please don't forget to hype the video. Hype, 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 hype. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, turn on your post notifications. Don't forget to smash the join button to become a member. And if you want to donate to the channel in any other way, Cash App and Venmo, they're right there on your screen. And you can always follow me on social media, TikTok, X, and Instagram. Until next time, guys, my name is Nikki. This has been In Cahoots Podcast. Bye.